who are watching MNT News Network. Today we have another new topic in the same series. Today is Sunday, and every Sunday we discuss the topic in English. So I would like to request you that please do share this link with your family and friends and relatives, and be the part of this movement, this Mul Nivasi movement. Every day we discuss the topic related to the Bahujan Mul Nivasi problems and solutions. Today, in the same series, we have a topic in English, and then the subject on the screen is Aim of PPID, Power to the People. Again, I will repeat Aim of PPID, Power to the People. We have eminent speaker today, Mulnivasi Dr. K. S. Chauhan. He is a senior advocate, Supreme Court of India, New Delhi. So we will discuss this topic with him. This is a special prime time session, and the PPID here stands for a political party. P for People's, P for Party, I for India, D for Democratic. So People's Party of India Democratic. So we will discuss with him about this subject. Let us invite the today's speaker on the screen and let us warm welcome to him. Sir, very very warm welcome. Jai Bhim, Jai Milasi, sir.
थैंक यू संजय जी और बाकी हमारे दर्शकों का भी बहुत आभार.
Sir, so today, as you know, we have the session in English, and the aim of the PPID is power to the people. And it's a very very important question. Goes immediately the time the people see the new party. Either you see the any social media, the Bahujan Mul Nivas immediately have why we are making new party. There is so many party in the society. There is so many Mul Nivasi party and the other parties. Why we need an additional party? The same question goes in the same tone of the common people, that why we need additional political party like a PPID. What is the aims of an objective of this PPID, sir?
Thank you. I think it is not a additional political party. It is a party which is intending to serve to the people. It wants to give the power to the people. The political parties which we have established earlier, that party has left the path which was given to it, and the way it has changed. It no longer serves the purpose for its establishment. I am talking about Bahujan Samaj Party, because from 2007 to 2012, this party has ruled Uttar Pradesh independently. It was having majority. Unfortunately, the leadership in the party has diluted the basic principle on which the party was established. The party is to serve to the socially and educationally backward classes, means the people who are suffering social discrimination, social deprivation, and social exclusion, and a large population amongst them is suffering untouchability. That is a very inhuman type of social behavior. But in India, it continues for more than 73 after its abolition by the Constitution in Article 17. The political parties which serve the Brahminical forces, which have the space in the mass media or in the common people's area, though their population now Bihar data has established, they are only 10-15% population. And the OBC, which was said to be 52% on the basis of caste census of 1931. And that may be the reason that the Congress or the BJP has not released the data which they have collected by way of 2011 caste census. That was a caste census specifically applied by the central government. After it was conducted, then for specific purpose of caste census, the census was conducted.
Sure.
And there is a information or there is a news in the social media or other platform that the then finance minister Arun Jaitley, when BJP has come to power, and before coming to power, Rajnath ji was president of the BJP. Twice or thrice he has given public statement that
Yeah.
we will conduct caste census. Caste census doesn't mean only the backward class census. Caste
Yeah.
census means every caste is to be identified,
Yeah.
and those castes which are there, their population will be enumerated.
Yeah.
So this was a message by the BJP that we will conduct this caste census. But this 2011 census must be alarming because
Yeah.
the way Bihar has conducted, of course, a state cannot conduct wholesome
Yeah.
data because state say citizens or persons originally resident of that state, and
Yeah.
Bihar is having lot of laborers in the state. So
Yeah.
they travel to different part of the country and outside
Right.
also.
Right.
So their population cannot be estimated correctly.
Yeah.
But if central government is doing it, suppose Bihar person is in Jammu Kashmir, he will
Yeah.
be enumerated there. So
Right.
that type of problem will not be there. But
Right.
still, the data which is available by way of Bihar census, Bihar caste
Yeah.
census, we are happy that it has the percentage of backward classes have increased to 63%. And 63%, it was 52% as per Mandal recommendation, but still the Mandal Commission has recommended only 27% of representation in the services and education. And I am coming to your main question, the
Yeah.
political, why we have established the political party.
Right.
The main reason of establishment of the political party is that the party which was established with the principle of Buddha and Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar, Jyotirao Phule, Periyar Ramaswamy Nayakar, or Lalai Singh Yadav, or our other social thinkers who think that there should not be any social discrimination. Jagdev Prasad Kushwaha,
Yeah.
this
Ram.
Ram Swarup Verma, and so many Chaudhary
So
Charan
many.
Singh.
Yeah.
There are many people who were concerned about the rights of the socially marginalized sections, and unfortunately, India is a unique country where the large majority is being exploited by a few number of persons. Normally, internationally, you don't find, because my son was studying in USA,
Right.
so he was talking to some professor.
Yeah.
He said, "What is your population?" He said, "That way, sir, we are more than 85%. So he said, "Then you people are fool. So if you are such a large number and in a democracy you are not in a position to get your rights, it's very alarming. How
Right.
it can happen? I don't
Yeah.
think your data is correct. You are giving correct picture." So
Right.
that type of thing is there, because a person who believe in the democracy, who
Yeah.
believe that the way the system goes on, if you
Yeah.
are in majority, then you will get your rights. But
Right.
India is a typical country where even if you are in majority, you don't get right. Not only you don't get right, you get exploitation also. You get social
Yeah.
exclusion also. You
Yeah.
get you have to face untouchability also.
Yeah.
And Uttar Pradesh in 2007 to 2012
Yeah.
was ruled by Bahujan Samaj Party. And the document are the evidence of what I am telling is a documentary evidence. I am not telling something in without any document.
Yeah.
Because the case pertaining to reservation promotion was a case which was the principle which was given on the basis of a constitutional amendment. In Mandal Commission, Supreme Court 9-judge bench, out of 9, Justice A.M. Hamdi was one judge who has said that this reservation promotion is not an issue before this court in Mandal Commission related proceedings. So we cannot decide this principle. So he has excluded himself. but other 8 judges have decided it and hold that there cannot be reservation in promotion. So the representation of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and backward classes is almost negligible. Though 73 years have passed, but neither the scheduled caste has get the adequate representation, because the constitution says the representation of such classes should be adequate. Adequate means more than their population. If they are less than their population, they cannot
Not adequate.
say that they are adequately represented. So their representation is lesser. So the parliament has to decide the enactment of Constitution 77th Amendment Act, by which the Constitution has been amended, and a provision for reservation in promotion was incorporated in the Constitution in way back in 1995. In those days, we were young lawyers, so we used to go to Sitaram Kesri. He was a welfare minister, and he was moving this amendment. So 2-3 of us were scheduled caste, 2-3 of us were backward classes. 6-7 advocates we used to go. We have gone to 10-15 times to him on this subject. So we requested, sir, OBC का भी reservation promotion होना चाहिए. We used to talk in Hindi, but this is an English program. Means that there should be reservation in promotion for OBC also, sir. So he said, my party is not agreeing to this for OBC, but you don't worry, let me enact this for SC/ST. In the next parliament session, we will enact for OBC also. But now we are in 2023. So practically 30 years or say 28 years have passed, because June 28 years we have crossed. But that provision is not applicable in the real sense for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe also in these 28 years. Though on the statute book or the constitution, this principle is there. But the problem is that the Brahminical people, the person belonging to Brahminical social order, they have every right to say that this reservation in promotion is against the efficiency, and they could convince the leaders of Bahujan Samaj Party. And Bahujan Samaj Party was given to understand by them that if you dump this reservation promotion and Atrocity Act, SC/ST Prevention of Atrocity Act 1989 is another provision which is to protect the dignity of the members of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So both these provisions, they convinced the leadership of Bahujan Samaj Party that you leave these ideas, then we will support you. And Bahujan Samaj Party has effectively stopped these ideas. They did not implement reservation in promotion. Though the government has promoted thousands of people, but no promotion was on regular basis. And there were 2 cases. Unfortunately, the Allahabad High Court has given a case in favor of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe reservation in promotion. But then the other group filed a case in Lucknow High Court also, and there are theories which I can't tell you on this program, that how that judgment was delivered. So if all those things, even if that doesn't happen, that judgment is on merit, but still that judgment do not follow any legal principle or a constitutional principle, because the validity of that provision was already upheld by the Supreme Court. If the validity of tested, then it is part of the constitution. And while upholding the validity, the Supreme Court has evolved certain principles which are based on the dissenting judgment of Indra Sani case. Now that principle we could successfully improved or rectified by the Supreme Court, 5-judge bench again. But that should have been referred to the 7-judge bench, which we were trying. But the Supreme Court said that we are saying in 5-judge that principle was wrong. So it will, the Nagaraj judgment will not be read for that purpose. But unfortunately in India, we have a different type of system where the dichotomy of the system is one judge will accept one principle, another judge will accept another principle. And that is the reason that despite this principle was say rejected by the Supreme Court, still we are getting cases in Central Administrative Tribunal, in High Courts, and also in Supreme Court in some cases, because High Court decided, then Supreme Court dismissed SLP, then the High
Yeah.
Court view is approved, but
Yes.
that is not view of the Supreme Court, because
Uh,
by the legal principle, the judgment which is delivered expressly by the Supreme Court, that is the principle which will be applicable.
Sir,
Unfortunately,
I think just we want to shorten your answer. So again, I will just repeat and just give me the very bullet point answer. That why do we need this PPID then?
no, that's only I am explaining, because
But
that
it's
is a
getting
long
longer, so a
explanation.
bit smaller.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
we
getting
have
long.
to make the people understand, because
Yeah,
those people who say that this party was not required, we have
yeah.
to explain to them what is the
Okay,
reason why we have established this party. That is the long background. In
okay.
fact, that we must educate to the people.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
normally people don't know, and they don't educate people for that purpose, and
yeah,
that is the reason that some people have that type of mindset,
yeah.
though they are concerned with the rights of the socially marginalized group, which we call them Mool Nivasi Bahujan.
Hmm.
But when it comes to the working of the principle, like when I was arguing this Suresh Chand
PW.
Gautam versus State of UP in
Hmm.
2015,
Yeah,
before Justice Deepak Misra, who later became Chief Justice,
yeah.
and Justice P.C. Pant. This was a two-judge bench,
Yeah.
and the issue was that UP Power Corporation is wrongly decided, because Nagraj is also wrongly decided.
Hmm.
Nagraj has been decided on the basis of a dissenting judgment
Hmm.
of Indra Sani. Indra Sani has 9 judge
Yeah.
bench. So in that, 3 judges were in minority and
Hmm.
6 judges were in majority.
Hmm.
So in out of those 3 judges, they have basically the same principle they have followed. But the one judge was Justice T.K. Thoman. He
Hmm.
has said this reservation is a discretion of the state whether to give or whether not to give, and it is only an enabling provision. You
Hmm.
can deny it. But the majority of 6 judges, they have said this is a constitutional classification, like the right is there in Article 16.1. It
Hmm.
is another facet of the right in Article 16.4 or 16.4a.
Hmm.
So this is a classification. And Justice Ratnavel Pandian was one of the judges. He has explained more elaborately, and
Hmm.
he has said that this reservation promotion is a enabling provision, but it is a power vested in an authority which it has to exercise, because the public authority cannot say that we will not implement the constitutional principles.
Hmm.
So that was the basis of his argument,
Hmm.
and all these things we explained to the court. And if you follow the dissenting judgment,
Hmm.
then there was a principle. If you say that this is discretion, then you have to collect data, show
Yeah.
that they are not represented, and on
Yeah.
the basis of that principle that you are showing they are inadequately represented, they are not represented,
Hmm.
then you can provide reservation. That was the dissenting judgment.
Oh.
So even if you have reservation in the constitutional scheme, the dissenting judgment says you cannot go to the court and file a writ that
Oh
you
my.
apply reservation in promotion. So unfortunately, that dissenting judgment is against the constitutional spirit and
Yes.
the settled principle of the constitutional interpretation in Keswananda Bharti, in I.C. Golaknath, because on that principle it was not reviewed. The I.C. Golaknath was a 11 judgment, and
Hmm.
Golaknath is the highest number of judges in that judgment was 13. So
Hmm.
in
13.
India, we have only 13 judges bench judgment, that is
Yes,
the
sir.
Keswanand Bharti, and that says the judicial review is a facet of constitutional scheme. So
Hmm.
if it is a facet of constitutional principle, then you cannot ignore it. Whereas they are saying that you cannot go in a court of law to get
Oh,
reservation. So it is
just
wholly
opposite.
unconstitutional principle to be
Yeah.
demonstrated. But still, it should have been gone to a larger bench of 7 judges in Jarnail Singh versus Lakshmi Narayan Gupta, which
Hmm.
was decided in 2018. In 2015, first time I raised the issue that this Nagaraj is a decision based
Hmm.
on the dissenting judgment of Mandal case. This
Hmm.
was specifically written by Justice Deepak Misra and our friend Salman Khurshid and Viswanathan. Now he has become Supreme Court judge. So they
Hmm.
were also with us, but they didn't agree with me that the Nagaraj judgment is incorrect. They said that judgment is correct, but
Hmm.
our client should be protected because
Hmm.
client can be protected only under a constitutional scheme. If
Hmm.
constitutionally that judgment is correct, then the client cannot give protection, cannot be given protection.
Yeah.
So finally, all those cases were dismissed. So the political party, People's Party of India Democratic, which was established by our social thinkers, the people who are involved for 30 years, 40 years in
Hmm.
the social movement, and they
Hmm.
decided that the way the Bahujan Samaj Party has betrayed the common masses of the Bahujan Samaj,
Hmm.
we need to have a different party. But still, they discussed it for 5 years. In
Hmm.
2012, I
Yes.
requested the Bamsep and other people that
Hmm.
we must form a different party because
Yeah.
now this party you can't control and it has destroyed our rights. But
Hmm.
they decided for 5 years, and finally in December 2017 this party was established, and
Okay.
it was registered in October 2018. So the
So.
party is doing very well. I think
Hmm.
we are hopeful that the party will be successful in the coming elections,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
the party is committed to give the power to the masses or to the people of this country, particularly the people belonging to the socially deprived sections, be
hmm.
it scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, or backward classes, and the converted people from amongst them. And we
Yeah.
are not retaining the ideology, identity of SC, ST, OBC.
Hmm. Hmm.
We are saying that we must include ourselves in the idea of Mool Nivasi Bhujan. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if we are scheduled caste, then we will be different. If we are scheduled tribe, then we will be different. If we are
Yes.
backward classes, and there will be no intermixing or integration of the society. So we want to establish a society which is based on the equality, liberty, fraternity, and justice.
Yeah.
These principles are the basic principles of any democratic governance. And if
Yeah.
we are in a position to protect these rights, we will be successful in the governance of this country. And this
Hmm.
party is growing very fast.
Hmm.
And we think that we will be in a position to replace the other parties, and
Okay.
we will be successfully governing the country.
Very small questions are related to this one. I think you have already answered, but I still want to, emphasize on this, aspect that how can you educate the common people of the Mulnivasi about the importance of the PPID?
No, we have to educate it by its principles, because the principle which we are following. I
Hmm.
was telling another thing.
Hmm.
The Bahujan Samaj Party has issued a GO in Uttar Pradesh. It is called as government order.
Hmm.
By that government order, the Supreme Court has decided in 2018
Hmm.
in Subhas, that case from Maharashtra.
Hmm.
So in that case, this Subhas, some Mahajan, some Subhas Ji Mahajan or some name was there. So
Hmm.
in that, the two judges bench of Justice Adarsh Goyal and U. Lalit, they have decided that only after the preliminary inquiry, the FIR will be registered, and
Hmm.
this SC/ST atrocity act was made practically nugatory. So
Oh.
there was a movement across the country against that move, but
Hmm.
I think that was a incorrect move, because
Hmm.
while this move was going on, one
Hmm.
of the person who was OSD to the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh,
Hmm.
while BSP was ruling,
Hmm.
so he telephoned me, Dr. Saab, Why these people are making hue and cry? We were having a government order, and the similar principle we were following 5 years in the
Hmm.
Uttar Pradesh. Then
Mhm.
I said, Mr. Dr. Singh, how you can have this type of principle by a government order? Yes, sir, I will provide you that government order.
Oh,
This, I think, that was on the 2nd April, the agitation was there. I
okay,
think
okay,
on
yeah, yeah, yeah.
29th night he has telephoned to me.
Okay.
And on 30th, he has supplied me that government order,
Mm.
which
Oh,
the that BSP government has issued. That is a matter of record. That is
yeah.
neither they can hide, neither we can produce anything
Yes, yes, yes.
fabricated.
Right.
So that government order provides that there will be preliminary inquiry, and in that inquiry, on the basis of that inquiry, they did not register
Yeah, fine.
cases in
Yeah,
their tenure.
yeah, yes,
So
yes.
I was surprised. We were, though we are liars, we have so many of clients who are
Yeah.
coming, but nobody was, because that must be for internal circulation. That may
Ah,
not be, because only scheduled caste, scheduled tribe were the aggrieved person,
right.
and it was for internal circulation. It was not available publicly.
So,
That may
yeah.
be the reason that nobody has informed that this type of order is there. Otherwise,
Okay.
during that period also we would have moved the court, because by executive order they cannot stall a statutory enactment of parliament.
Right.
Only parliament can amend a statute. Even
Right. Right.
by rules or executive instruction, the provisions of the act cannot be made secondary or negated.
Right.
So that was the principle. So
Okay.
we tried to ask so many people, and even now, while the elections are there, there is a section in the media that I
Hmm.
think is a Brahminical media, which
Yeah.
says that Mayawati will become prime minister. She is not
Yes.
opening a single, she is not getting a single seat of MLA
Yeah.
in the state where she has ruled,
Yes.
and they have 403 seats in that state. But see, one candidate has been elected. On the first day while he was elected, he has said, I am not elected because of BSP. I am elected of my own. So their sole candidate. So it means they cannot win a single seat,
Hmm.
because our illiterate people, they are very intelligent.
Yeah.
They understand who is working for them, who is not working for them. The people who are illiterate, who have no source of livelihood, they could stand up with that party, and that party could rise. But
Right.
now they have left that party because they feel that they have sold off their
Yeah. Yeah.
rights
Right.
to the Brahminical forces. That is the principle, and I think the common man now is making a mind to establish the People's Party of India Democratic. Everything
Okay.
takes time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this PPID is also taking time, but
Yeah. Yeah.
time is not far off. It
Yeah.
is coming to power very soon.
Okay, sir. Okay. Then another thing that very important question I want, it comes to my mind, that how the institutional structure of the PPID is different, with the, other political parties. The institutional structure of the PPID and its functionality, how it functions, how it is
No,
different from.
thank you. In fact, this is a party which is totally democratic. And it represent scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, backward classes, and even their converted people to
Yeah.
other religions.
Yeah.
So now we have president who belongs to the backward classes,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hemraj Singh. He is
Patel.
Patel, but he don't write Patel.
Okay.
So
Hemraj
Mr.
Singh. Yes.
Hemraj Singh is the national president.
Right.
And earlier, Mr. B.D. Borkar was the president.
Yeah.
He is from the scheduled caste section. So, generally, in all these parties, like if a scheduled caste has taken over the political party, they will not allow the other caste or other sections like scheduled tribe or backward classes to become president. But
Hmm.
We are democratic party, and we give preference to all the sections of the society. We
Hmm.
have backward classes. Very soon we may have women, or we may
Yeah.
have scheduled tribe, or we may
Yes.
have minority also, because we have Muslim vice president and members also.
Yeah.
So we will elevate some of them, as the national president, because this party we want to establish truly to give representation to all sections of the society, particularly the society which are exploited, which are facing social discrimination, and the society must identify themselves with the party. And we are working for the establishment of the party, and party is growing very fast. In particularly 15 states, we are having very fast growing establishments, and I think we will be successful in our venture.
Mhm. If I want to correctly understand your statement, so you are saying that the party is fully democratic, means you give the representation. So it must be happening through some kind of voting system, or with a certain period of time, you must be replacing one with the other classes.
No,
And
there
yeah,
is a system of voting also,
yeah,
but if in consensus we decide a particular person will be the president, we
yeah,
have a system. In that
yeah,
system, we decide that we must give representation to backward class.
right,
Then we decide, and if there is no resentment against that decision,
yeah,
then the voting may not take place. But if
directly,
somebody still want to contest, then
yeah,
voting is also a prescribed method,
yeah.
and voting is the real method of testing. But it is a stage in the formation. Everybody is checking up. This is a very surprising party.
And what is the
We are
period
not
of,
even.
sir?
Huh?
After how many years you change this one? This happens. What is the
No,
period?
we have 2 year tenures.
Uh-huh.
So, Mr. Borkar, because 1 year was left, it was not registered. So,
Yeah,
Borkar Sahab was having practically about a year period. So, he
yeah,
was given second term.
yeah,
And now we are having a second person who is
yeah,
reigning in the party, Mr.
yeah,
Hemraj Singh.
yeah.
So he has 2 year period, and
Mm.
he took over in May. In May, the elections are due. Otherwise, we conducted the election in October because of the elections in
Mm.
2000, say, uh,
24, 25.
19.
Uh,
No, no, 24 it is happening. Earlier
yeah.
there were elections, that's why we have
Earlier.
postponed it
Okay, okay.
for some time, and
Yeah.
his tenure is ending at the time during this election. So immediately after elections, we will conduct elections to the party and
Mm.
democratically elect a new president.
Mm.
All our persons who are working, even if I was founding vice president, but I am member only today. So
Yeah.
we are working at the same
Okay, okay,
say
yeah.
energy and same level of understanding. So we have
Yeah.
no dissension, and we want to establish this party to the
Okay.
common mass.
Yeah. Another words I understand in the same lines. So you're saying that no hero worship, no supremo, there is nothing
No,
like
no,
a
that was
supreme.
I
Uh,
was telling you. Even we are not authorized to accept garlands.
okay.
That is
Garland. So,
in politics, because
yeah.
many of our friends says we must accept
Garland.
garland, but our
Uh,
social movement or political movement people, they said that no, we will not accept garland. We
okay.
don't allow photo in the hoardings etc. of the party functionaries.
Part.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
also a new thing, because
Very
no
good.
political party say no to their
Food.
leadership to have that type of photograph in the hoardings etc. hoarding or poster or wherever that is there. So I think this is a different kind of political party, and people are accepting it. Everything takes times, and
Yeah, yeah,
we hope that we will be successful in the ensuing election, which are
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in
yeah,
in a 2 month period. We will be
yeah,
successful in these elections.
yeah. Another question is in the same repetition, maybe you can call it. How will the PPID become the true, honest, and sincere and the best political party for the Mul Nivasi Bahusjan?
Any political party which follow the democratic principles. Democratic principle means the other party where the president is occupying the post of president for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they also claim we are democratic. But
Yeah,
we understand the democratic means there should be necessarily change in the leadership. If we are in a position to maintain the true democratic spirit, then definitely this party will change the political system of this country, because earlier the political party has diluted because there was a hero worship in that party, and in this party there is no scope of hero worship, because we do not even allow the photograph, garland,
Yeah.
etc., etc. So
Yeah.
everybody is equal that way, whether you are elected office bearers or
Or
you are
not.
a member, everybody is equal
Yeah.
that way.
Right, sir. Right. Right. Another thing that how much, but in a short answer, sir, because we'll be running out of time.
Yes,
How
yes.
much constitution is implemented until now, and how the PPID can implement it? I mean, how the PPID can implement the constitution in the true spirit.
No, we are establishing a program BS4, which is
Hmm.
Bharatiya Sanvidhan Samman Suraksha Samvardhan.
Right.
BS4 is a program which we are propagating for the last 5 years, from
Hmm.
2018 onwards. When this party was established, almost parallelly that program was finalized,
Hmm.
and we are working on that program. We are educating the common masses regarding constitution. We have adopted a new principle that we are designating constitutional preachers. In Hindi, we call it
Prachara.
Sanvidhan Prabodhak.
Prabodhak.
So
Yeah.
in English, we will call it constitution preachers.
Yeah.
So though they are not fully trained they don't understand the constitutional principle fully.
Fully.
But
Yeah.
the principle which are essential for a democratic governance,
Yeah.
equality, liberty, fraternity, they
Yeah.
understand very well, and
Yeah.
they educate people. That's
Yeah.
why we have designated them as constitutional preachers.
Yeah.
And this movement is going on all over the country. And after our this movement, all parties, all organizations, all social, political, or cultural organizations, they are talking about the constitution. Though
Yeah.
BJP is also saying that there is a necessity to change the constitution, but
But
this is happening because of the education of the constitution in the masses. Earlier, the masses were not that much educated about the constitution. I think the masses have adopted and understood that the constitution is a very important document. We must spread its idea to the masses, and
right.
people will understand this. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One more thing, I think we have towards the end of this. What kind of India PPID wants to develop?
We want to develop India which is truly democratic, and its society should be an egalitarian society which do not distinguish or discriminate on the basis of caste, creed, religion, or race or other factors. So we are educating people that your rights are protected only if there is an egalitarian social order, because otherwise now the 10% people are occupying 50%, 60% of the positions, and still their rights are further protected in the name of EWS. So all these things we are educating people, and the people are understanding. I think we will be in a position to understand, to educate the people about the constitutional governance and democracy at a very large scale, and people are understanding it.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay, sir. So at the end, do you want to, give any message to your voters? Because the voters of the PPID now is the main thing is the vote, or the vote of the to the PPID. So if you want
No,
to say anything,
my
yeah.
message is to the people that we must follow the constitutional principles, and we must stand with the principles, because
Hmm.
only the principle can change the life.
Mhm.
If Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar would not have stand with the principles, then perhaps these rights, these constitutional principles, he would not have been in a position to develop. So
Hmm.
we must, in any opportunity, in anything, we must stand with the principles. And if we stand with the principles, naturally the society will be an egalitarian society, and the constitution will be a spirit of every individual, and we will establish rule of law in our country. That is the ultimate goal of the People's Party of India Democratic. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's why I think the topic is itself, the heading of the topic itself, the aim of the PPID, power to the people. So I think,
Yes.
in a limited time, whatever was possible, you have given a brief, description or the brief speech about the subject. I think people should understand, people should take some lessons, and they should bring the PPID into the power. I think they should come in the masses to vote. I think, sir, you have joined this special session today. I'm very much thankful to you for this
Well,
session, and
thank
we
you
will
to
be in
you
touch
and
with
our
you for the
viewers.
next time. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you so much, sir. Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai
you.
Bharat.
Thank you.
My friends, I think you have already seen that how this discussion was important for us. We do not have any other political party that we can go and vote and we can make the government. So we all are left with the one and only one party, which is in the true spirit of the constitution. With this, I think I would like to request you that please do share this discussion with many of your friends, family, and relatives, and be the part of the social movement, political movement, the economical movement, and be the preacher of the constitution and a spreader of this media. Thank you so much for watching this session. Please do join every day 8:30 p.m. Or to MNT News Network and watch every day new topics to the awareness of the Mul Nivasi Bahujan. With this, Jai Bhim, Jai Mul Nivasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Bharat.
MNT न्यूज नेटवर्क को सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक और फॉलो करना ना भूलें। साथ ही बेल आइकॉन दबाकर जन जागृति की मुहिम में जुड़े रहें।